Welcome back. Just another little segment for our cleanse. I want to talk about the bedroom today. Not kind of what goes on there, that's between you and the sheets, but really what sleep are you getting? What quality sleep are you getting? Are you going to bed at night and you fall asleep and then wake up in the morning really refreshed and ready for the day? Or are you struggling to get out of bed? Do you feel you want to just slap that alarm again and get another 15 minutes skip? So sleep is extremely important to reset our body and reboot our body. If we don't get that depth in the sleep cycle, we are really not doing our body the best that we could. And so what we need to do is we need to perhaps instill a little bit of sleep hygiene. And that means turning off these devices before we go to bed, at least 30 minutes, better off still, an hour. These devices have got a certain frequency, certain light, the blue light. You can do your own research on blue light and the effect of sleep that it has. So, it's a really good idea to turn all those kind of devices off. Don't have your television on in the bedroom, all those sort of things. And, just really prepare your space that you're going to sleep in for at least 6 to 8 hours. Okay, so pop your diffuser on before you go into the bedroom. So turn that on, about half an hour beforehand. And we've got the most gorgeous oils, lavender, cedarwood, lavender peace or serenity would be amazing. Would be an amazing blend to have in there. We often diffuse just easy air, especially at the moment with, winter upon us. Some easy air, some On Guard, some easy air or lavender would be really lovely. If your partner is not so keen on perhaps the lavender because it's too florally and too girly, then perhaps consider petitgrain. Petitgrain comes from the bitter orange tree, and it is more of almost like a cologne kind of a smell, citrusy smell, but it has the same properties as lavender. So it's a beautiful oil that's very, very relaxing, very soothing, very calming, and that's obviously what we want to, what we want to achieve. The temperature of your bedroom is really key as well. So have it at a comfortable temperature so that you can kind of snuggle into your duvet and, get really comfortable there. Too hot will just make you stir you up. Too cold, well, that's no good. Maybe some socks. I mean, you should see the way I look, I have my socks on and I have a scarf around my neck because I don't like my neck being cold, but it just keeps me really cozy and keeps me really comfortable and comforted. So, that's really, really important. And then have a look at your pillows. Now, pillows will have, within 6 months of their life, will have a huge number of dust mites in them. And while dust mites aren't the problem for most people, it's the excrement, the poop basically from the dust mites that's an allergen, and that can result in people having red eyes in the morning, sneezing, coughing, phlegmy, that kind of thing going on in the morning. And that's from the dust mite excrement. And so what we do is literally we have, I don't spend a great deal of money on my pillows. I make sure that they're reasonable pillows, don't get me wrong. I don't want real, flat little pancakes. But I don't spend a great deal of money on them because after 6 months or 9 months or so, I just throw them away and I start again. Pillows are notoriously difficult to clean. I mean, these days they're mainly polyester and all that kind of thing. If you've got feather or down-filled pillows, you can actually have them dry cleaned. Just to get rid of those dust mites and, more importantly, the dust mite excrement, because that's just going to cause you some issues, all right? Make sure that the sheets are washed. If you've got, older sheets, sometimes it's a good idea to obviously have them hang in the sunlight, because UV light on the dust mites isn't such a cool thing for them. But another thing that you could do is bundle everything up and put it in the freezer and really freeze the little buggers. And, that could be really good, as well. And then, shake them out and add maybe some lemongrass oil or some lavender oil to your final rinse. And so that your sheets, your bed linen are imbued with this beautiful, relaxing, calming kind of, aroma. So that should be really lovely. We really do need our sleep. As I said at the start, if we don't go into that deep sleep cycle, we are at risk of not resetting, rebooting. It means we're more stressed. It means we have more cortisol in our body because of that. And because we've got more cortisol in our body, it means that we don't have the high levels of melatonin that we need to actually help us sleep. So high cortisol means low melatonin, and then we struggle to, to stay asleep. Perhaps monitor when you wake up as well. If you do wake up during the night, whether it's always at a certain sort of time, specific time, and make a note of that. And then maybe just Google Chinese model of physiology, and that will give you some idea of if you wake up a certain time that maybe your system, a particular aspect of your system might need some support. So that could be quite useful to know. And then you can address that, with some essential oils to help normal structure and normal function, in the body as well. If you don't get into that deep sleep cycle, if you're trying to lose, release some weight, shift some weight, again, that's not going to, happen because your cholesterol levels are going to be high, your cortisol levels are going to be high, your cholesterol as well, actually. And, that simply means that you're under a phenomenal amount of stress, and the body is not going to release things. It's the second priority for it. Your priority, as far as the body is concerned, the priority is to try and keep you, alive. So, it's not going to kind of go into a release weight mode. So, we need to focus on that particular aspect, as well. So make sure that you get good sleep. The golden hours are between 10 and 1. Now, I have to be honest, over the last few months, I have been very guilty of not sticking to that routine. My whole routine is completely out of whack. And so I'm so excited to be doing this cleanse because it's going to get me back into my normal regime. And I've piled on some weight and I'm not sleeping and I'm a bit more stressed than I normally am and all those kind of things. So, I've let myself go and this is why I need to, pull up my pants and really get on with things. And sleep is a big one for me. So you would have seen posts that have come out at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's not because I've scheduled them to come out at 2. It's because I was up at 2, which is really silly. So, I need to get back into the golden hours between 10 and 1. So that's when our body really should be resting and when we should be sleeping. And that's when we're going to go into that really super duper, deep sleep cycle. That's so restorative for the body. And when we've had good sleep, we make good choices. We're better mamas. We're better partners, and we make better food choices. We feel more inclined to actually go for a walk or take on that yoga session or whatever it might be. Sleep is really super, super important. So yeah, get some more sleep. Maybe put some balance on under your feet before you go. Some other oils that would be really good would be vetiver, just to ground yourself after a really busy day. And I can't go past those Serenity soft gels from the US. They work really well in concert with the lavender peas or the Serenity essential oil blend. And you put those, the oils on the soles of your feet about half an hour before you retire for bed. And take 2 of those soft gels, and man, oh man, you are going to be out and you really feel it the next day. It's absolutely magical. So get more sleep, get more rest. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.